Oh snap, 360 did it again. First to comment. You have to say first, man. Or who is it? Swindon's gonna take it. Welcome back. Here, I'm gonna start up here in a little bit. I got some. All right, and all right. I think I have everything set up. Now I could be dangerous. Wow, that's funny. You like copy lame? Dang, why is it like weird angle? Anyway, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Ah, I forgot my bed. A little forgetful lately. How y'all doing this morning? My la croix. But yes, we are early today. I wanted to start early so I can get ahead. Shoot, I might even stream tomorrow too. Nothing like that first sip. That first sip be hitting. Uh-oh. Make sure. Oh, that's right. You know, that's something I've been thinking about doing is like on Google, not saying I'm open on Saturday, but then again, it's a good day for business. Like I do get a lot of calls on Saturdays. It's just I stream, so like it kind of interrupts the flow. It's just a necessary evil. I'm at work. We'll be back at 12. Hey, that's what's up. I appreciate you popping in. That's what's up. So I guess I'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, I'll be streaming way beyond 12 today. I'll send out an invoice shortly. Man, QuickBooks Online, it does have its flaws, but it is convenient to be able to work on the phone or on my computer. Yo, it was so cool yesterday with Reggie popping in the stream. That's so sick. I was like, what? I wish there was a way I would have took a picture of that in hindsight. Um, but that was really cool to have Reggie pop in the stream. Radical Reggie. You know what? Now that we're starting the stream, I'm gonna show his channel real quick, just so you guys can like know the context of who he is, and I like how cool it is that he popped in. Alright, let's screen share real quick before we get started on this Xbox. So, Radical Reggie. Radical Reggie. Or the Radical one. Here he is. He was at Southeast Game Exchange. Reggie's a cool dude, man. It was really cool to meet him at Southeast Game Exchange. Yeah, Siege. See, he made a video on Siege. Oh yeah, this account has ads. I don't have premium on this account. That's okay. Skip. Here, let me pause the music. And no thanks.
South Carolina. I haven't been there since basic training, so going to this event is
Oh, he's all the way in
amazing.
Seattle?
So I just want to give you guys a little
Jeez.
insight of what I'm going to be doing
6-hour
at the show.
flight.
So I'm going to be going
Oh,
on
that's
meeting
why he was
people,
so tired
and
day
I might be
one.
sitting at my table because I'm going to be selling some
Man,
stuff
who
for the
took these
first time at
shots?
one
Did he
show.
take these shots
Might
with
be
a
the second time
drone?
I'll be selling something at a show like this. But I have a table with all the other guests, and
Oh, let's
don't
drop
be
a
afraid
like.
to come up and say hello. We'll take a picture and talk about video games. Also, some good news too about going to this event. Project Retro Games is coming with me, so he'll be at my table as well.
Oh, cool
You
dude.
guys know I talked about him for quite a while now. Some of the stuff he puts out, so I think a lot of people will be interested in his products. I'm looking forward to meeting all you other YouTubers, guests, doing some game hunting, doing some sightseeing if the weather is good. Got to make sure the weather is good before we go out on the town. But there's probably some cool places to go visit too, like some game stores, restaurants, things like that. So I'm pretty excited for all of it. I am kind of nervous though because these type of events go really fast. You know, like when you're having a good time, it's just gonna take off. So by the time I get there,
Yeah, he's not lying about
hey,
that.
I'm already going back home. But I'm just happy to be on this side of
Alright,
town.
drop a
On this
comment.
side of the United States. I haven't been in South Carolina, like I said.
Anyway,
Since basic training,
yeah,
so
that's Reggie.
I'm interested
Let me
to go
see
sightseeing. But of course, gonna be
if he
doing
has
some game
any
hunting,
clips
see
of
what I can
himself
find
in the
out there. You
frame.
know,
But I think it's just
um,
more from his
I want to
perspective.
say that I am
But Reggie's an awesome
looking
dude.
for Game Boy
I
Advance
really
stuff.
appreciate like him stopping by the channel. So if you're into like video game pickups and like game hunting and going to expos and just want to follow his adventure, I'd say drop a sub. Really cool dude. Absolute legend. All right. now let's get back to it. Nice. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. I do appreciate him so much for stopping by the stream yesterday. That was crazy. Again, I wish I would have took a picture. I might have to go back in like the VOD or something and like clip it or take a screenshot if I take the time to do that. But I think it'd be really cool just to tell him thank you on Instagram. I think that's where I'm most active, so that's where all my people are at. But all right, onward. So for today, what do we have on the docket? So, here, let me make sure it's not too loud. Let me bring the volume back down. Okay, so for today, I'm just powering through. Like, it's gonna be so many different consoles, hopefully, if I can get through them all. So first things first, we have an Xbox One S that I want to go through. We have some Nintendo Switches, bunch of PS5s, a few controllers, a few scuff controllers. So there's quite a bit that I need to work through. And as on top of that, I'll be like using my phone to just interact with customers. So ask for your patience on that. There's gonna be some little down moments, but other than that, I'm gonna try to at least talk while I'm doing it, so that way we just don't have a bunch of dead air. No, that's kind of the mission for today, is just grind it. When in doubt, grind it out. So right now what I'm doing is I'm converting an estimate over to an invoice. So this is like the administrative side of things that, is starting to bog me down now that we're getting a pretty consistent flow of customers. But it's somebody's got to do it. And I've been like really thinking of potentially outsourcing like these things, because I have everything basically written down in scripts as to how I communicate with customers. So I'm considering maybe trying to find somebody to do that, the customer support side of things. Alright, 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, and I didn't say my phrase. I gotta say it. I didn't type it in the chat. Alright, review and send. Alright, so one thing I forgot to put is welcome back. You know what? Let me see if I can announce that in my Discord. Announcements. I know this is gonna be so annoying. Share with your followers? Publish? Ooh, no, don't do that. Alright. Okay, let's switch on over to the overhead. And let's get on with it. You know what? This console looks fine. But don't they always? Let's go on over to the test stand and see what we can figure out what's going on with this thing. Alright, let's connect this thing to power and then also connect it to connect our HDMI cable. We're gonna see what we get. But this console looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'm curious to see what exactly is preventing it or why the customer turned it in. A lot of times I try to ask the customers like what's going on with their console, but sometimes, you know, you don't always get an answer or they're not really sure because it's for their kid or something of that nature, which no big deal. So I guess let's see. Pressing the power button now. Turns on. Okay. Does smell like it's full of dust. It's crazy how you can smell that. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's on, but I'm not getting any picture. And this is an Xbox One, so that kind of lets me know right off the bat it's that retimer IC. Let me see if I have one in stock. I don't know if I still have it in stock. I think I might have used my last one. Let me see. Okay, so it's an Xbox One with an HDMI retimer chip issue, it seems like. Man, I gotta really clean up my workbench here. This right side is getting a little ridiculous. Is this a USB-C cable? Capped on tape. What is this, a battery? Placement, PS5 battery. Okay. Little baggie. Parts. Okay, so at least now I know what's wrong with this guy. So it's a relatively easy fix, or a fix that I've done before. I just got to make sure I have the component. That's the only thing I'm worried about now, is I may not have it in stock. But that's not a big deal. I can get it on order. Alright. Who's this guy? Xbox One. This might be the part. Let's see. What you breaking? What are you buying? So I started off with it. It's a lot of stuff working through a backlog, but the first thing I decided to start with is an Xbox One. It's an all digital Xbox One. And from what I can tell, I already kind of figured out what the issue is with it. There's this IC, a chip on the board, that's responsible for controlling like the HDMI data traffic, because you know the Xbox Ones were meant to be like a all-in-one box. You can plug your cable TV thing into it, and then you can control the channels through your Xbox. Well, right now we have an Xbox that turns on, but it's not outputting a display. That's usually because of that retimer chip, which is like a TDP 158. I don't think that's what this is. No, this is not the right component. But you know what? I'm going to look up which component this is, because I think this is the one that I put on the board one time, but it ended up not being the right part for whatever reason. Let's see, SN75DP. DisplayPort to TMDS. Controller HDMI Xbox One S. Yeah, I need a TDP 158. That's not what this is. So this is a different chip. I'm pretty sure I ordered extra when I ordered that one that I needed. It might be in my little parts box that I keep down here. At some point I'm gonna have to scale and get like a full-blown like parts cabinet locker thing, because having to go through bags and bags of stuff is gonna get old. It's already kind of old. Solid state relay, caps, some triggers, buttons, HDMI ports. Man, you don't realize how many parts you have until you gotta go through them. Holy moly. Let's try the switch. See if I can find the component I need. If not, then I will need to... Yeah, I need to... Oh boy, maybe? No. Darn. Got excited. Yeah. This is kind of like making me realize I really got to spend the time to organize all my parts. We're not little anymore. This is just inefficient. Back when I was a little small fry, I'm still a small fry relatively speaking, but when I was a smaller fry, this is this little box here was where it was at. Now not so much. Man, I have HDMI ports for days. Okay. I don't think I have the component, but I'm gonna get it on order right now. Or start a shopping cart that I'll probably execute, because there's probably more things that I'll need later on. Oh yeah, I need to zoom in on my chat here. When Xbox wanted to be a TiVo, precisely. That's like the best way to put it right there. Okay. I do not have the component in stock. You know, funny enough, when I was ordering parts, I just didn't expect the Xbox One to be something I'd be working on so often. And so I didn't order a whole lot of that IC because I don't want to just be sitting on it. But boy, was that estimation not so accurate. I don't think I'm at the point where I need like a whole full-blown barcode inventory system, but definitely something. I'm sure they make an app for that. Okay. I get that part on order. Don't need the Xbox to be on. But what I can do is I can start disassembly and get to the motherboard. So I'll do that with this Xbox. Just get it to where it needs to be. So then all I need is the component and then I'm done. Woohoo! Alright, let's get that component on order. Man, Saturday. Wait, maybe the chip for the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X are different. So the Series X, I know it uses the TDP 158, but maybe the Xbox One S uses the SN75 DP, which is the one I have. You know what? Let's keep going. Look at Gote. He goes, well, well, well. What's up, AA Ron? Look what the cat drug in. Hey, cats don't drag in wolves. Yeah, I'm playing. How you doing this morning? Hey man, can you check if the payment went through? 1 second. And Montreal, message me on text message. And yes, to answer your question. Try to keep like business side stuff off the stream, just for safety reasons. Alright, chilling, about to grind Tekken. Torn is too good. Is he really? I know he's been playing ranked now. That boy is a sweat now. He can't help himself but sweat. Oh, I forgot, my bad. No big deal. You didn't say anything too like personal information-y, so that's good. But yeah, stinking Torn has been going ham in Tekken 8. Every time I'm on Discord and I see who's online, he's on Tekken 8. I'm like, oh snap. And he picked up a top tier. He started playing Dragunov. I'm like, oh boy. Bro, is that 65,000? Dang! My scouter's about to explode. He's already at 65k. Tekken prowess. Yo, tell that man to put the sticks down. Pause. He's going a little too honey baked ham. Alright. So, at least I know what the issue is going to be with this Xbox. It's a super common issue, so let's just get on with it. Excuse me. You know, I am not a fan of the warranty sticker Xbox decided to use on this console, because it's like no clean way to like remove it, unfortunately. I'm gonna try it this way. If all else fails, then I'll go to my heat gun method. That's what I said. Watch, next time I'm playing, I'm about to get worked. But last time I played him, which was like 2 days ago, I was clapping them cheeks. Pause. I was putting in work with King. My King is still not where I want it to be, but it's pretty nasty now. And then of course Jin, the main. I was taking some games. It's like when I'm realizing that King just, or at least my King just can't do anything against Dragunov, that's when I pick Jin, and then yeah, it's wraps. Wall grab resets? Oh yeah, he's a sweat now. It's over. It's over. Torn is done. We've lost him to Tekken. He's never gonna hop in the stream again. He's always gonna be playing Tekken. This man's trying to optimize his combos now. Oh boy, we're done. It was fun. Yeah, I know. We had a good run, man. We had a good run. So what's up with this Xbox? It powers on but doesn't output any video to the screen, to the TV. And with Xbox Ones, it's usually the HDMI retimer chip is what it's called. Very common issue with the Xbox One generation. Those chips just die after a while, it seems. Yeah, and how they did it, it's just a clip system that you just gotta release all the clips. And trying to be careful because these clips, even though they can take some force, I don't want to overdo it. There we go. That's insane. Major flaw. Yeah. But I mean, it's happening. It's only happening to these units that are like, you know, well past their prime. I think that IC just wasn't robust enough for the longevity. But it does its job. And it's nice that, you know, a lot of, like, it's such a common issue that you pretty much know. Like, if you turn an Xbox One on, and it powers on and stays on, but you get no picture, well, you pretty much know what's wrong with it, which is nice. I like when there's not a whole lot of guesswork, even though sometimes that's fun, trying to figure out what's going on. Should have just removed the warranty sticker altogether. Alright, let me cut it. It's just holding this last piece in. There it is. Get some tweezers. I need some more fine precision. You know, that would be an idea if you can like shrink your finger down to like the size of a tweezer. You wouldn't need tweezers. Alright, let's proceed. Well, I will say this one's a lot cleaner than the one I worked on last night. Yeah, and see, this time none of the clips broke. When I took that other one apart, the clips kind of broke. I wonder if different colored plastics or different strength. That'd be an interesting test. Let me get my different colored Sharpies. And message that customer. One second, just gonna message a customer real quick. kind of want to send some photos because that Xbox last night, I don't know if anybody was here or not, but boy, oh boy, that thing was dusty. It's pretty bad. That thing was gross. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Alright, I just sent all those pictures. Oh, it sends it individually? No, she's a green bubble. She's probably gonna be like, why is this guy spamming me with pictures? I just like to show people sometimes. I think it's cool. Alright, let's keep it pushing. It's always a good sign when you open up a console and it's never been opened up before. I always appreciate that. Maybe. I need a receptionist. I need a stinking receptionist. Any takers? Anybody want to be Wolfpack receptionist? Alright, so for the B screws, I'm gonna use blue. I think there's only 2 B screws from what I remember last night. Yeah. The rest are C screws, which I'll use red. For crimson, the crimson screws. I think there's 5 of these, 6 of these. That works. Thank you. Alright, so it was a T10 from what I remember yesterday. So the T10 and T8 is what we're gonna need. So we get the T8 there. So let's remove these green screws first. I will say this console isn't too bad. Xbox's consoles aren't that bad to work on. There's definitely a design philosophy difference with their consoles compared to like Sony, and it's interesting to see that difference. It's almost like culturally they're different. No, let me take off the shell now. Now that the green screws are out, you should be able to pop this off. Yeah, this will benefit from a cleaning. It's not too bad though. Oh. Oh, they just put a, because this doesn't have a disk drive, they just put a blank out plate. That's interesting. On the all digital version. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let me get my camera up. Alright, let's get these Wi-Fi cards out. One is for wireless controller connectivity, the other one is for actual Wi-Fi, like internet access. This blank out plates. Interesting. So instead of having that little tab, they incorporated it into the blank out plate. Interesting. Alright, blank out plate removed. The F screws are out, the B screws are out. Let's take care of the C screws. Then we can separate the two halves. Well, actually, I could separate the two halves now. Yeah, again, not as bad. Honestly, man, it feels like I need to be wearing a mask. Protected by lungs. Alright, so now I'm going to undo all the screws from the bottom. That'll allow me to take the fan assembly, power supply, all that stuff out. Oh, I didn't mark this one. I missed one of the crimsons. That's two more over there. C4 and C5. Alright. Oh, it's just a support bracket, huh? Okay. Definitely be taking this to the garage. Guessing it's on the underside. Alright, let's get these black screws out that hold the heatsink down. It's gonna be a T8. Is it still a vibe? Let's say if roaches were found in the repair, or is it considered vibes and snacks on deck? Hey man, I'm always for high protein diets, you know what I mean? I was waiting for you to show up, Juan. I was like, yo, where's my guy? Where's my guy? I mean, it'd be a vibe for them. It'd be like Joe's apartment at that point. I will say this Xbox One S is not as nearly as bad as the one from yesterday. Hey, look, some bug carcasses, but no roaches. Definitely gonna have to take those panels to the garage. I'm here, man, I'm here. And all is well in the world. Now that Juan's here. I saw the other day you were live streaming, man. That's what's up. Lurky turkey, exactly. What's up, Russ? Are you being a lurky turkey too? Yeah, man, my kids have cheer today, so I'm out here being a cheer dad. Dang, what the heck? That's what's up. I wonder if that's it. Look at Russ, father of the year out here. Look at him being a good dad and stuff. Who does he think he is? Actually being a present father. What the heck? Does he not realize this is 2025? We don't do that anymore? What the heck? I'm playing now. That's always awesome. Anybody who doesn't, is not there for their kids, man, I'm looking at you differently. That's just how it is. I'll look at you some type of way. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let's disconnect the fan. And we should be able to pop this off. Oof. Talk about ashy thermal paste. Oh, so they went to a different heatsink design on this one. Guess it was cheaper for them to do this one, this style. Jumpy like you, we don't get tired, we get hungrier. Yeah, that's right. Stay grinding. I live stream every day, or I try to. Dang, every day? Really? I need to turn on notifications for you then. I'll pop in, talk some crap, and then leave. Return the favor, pay it forward. I'm playing. I'll try to be fun. It's tough, man. It's hot as heck. Yeah, you're right. And I have two girls in different groups, so 2 different times. I'm here all day, but it's worth it for them. They love it. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. That sacrifice. That's that fatherly sacrifice. And that's good for them to know, like, what it looks like when someone actually cares about them. I think that's important too. Probably more than anything. It's always interesting scraping off old thermal paste. I call it the power of presence, man. You can't beat it. You can't beat presence, man. He said, turn it on, let's go. You can see get blasted into another galaxy in Battlefront 2. No, did you? Wait, what? Oh, you were playing Battlefield? Oh, Battlefront, my bad. Battlefront. You know, I had that game. I bought it because a friend had it, and I've never been really big into Star Wars, so I didn't really play it that much. Alright, I think I'm gonna go to the garage real quick and just use my air compressor on these things now that it's fully disassembled. Just to knock that part out, and then I don't gotta worry about it. What the heck is this? Like a piece of solder? What the heck? Random piece of solder. Alright, homies, I shall return. Russ, stay hydrated, my man, because I know it be hot. I live in Florida. It's hot as heck for no reason. It's like America's Gucci down here. Sorry to say that out loud, but yeah, that's what it feels like at times. It's just swampy and hot and humid. All right. Alright, I'm back, but I gotta make one more brief trip, and then we should be done with the air compressor for this guy. Alrighty, we're back. Alright, should not be as much dust. Parenting is so fun, but so taxing coming from a father of 2 sons, so I definitely feel you. Yeah. Yeah, I got a ice chest full of Gatorade for everyone here. Nice. I also live stream games like Sackboy and Astrobots and other games as well. See, those are good games. Like Astrobot, honestly, at first I was like, man, I can't believe it won Game of the Year, but it's a game I go back to play. It's just fun. And I think there's something to be said about that, you know? Excuse me. The dust got to me. Alright. Thank you, thank you. Alright. You know what? I'm curious if the component I have is gonna work. Because now that I'm looking at it, at least based on what I'm seeing on the internet, what the Xbox, the different series of consoles use different versions of that chip. So I'm wondering if that's it. And it's going to be near the HDMI ports, I'm sure. This retimer chip. Cool PCB, man. I always like nice PCB design. Look at all those beautiful traces. Oh yeah, I got a question for you guys. I think I sprayed over here. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Cleric spray quick. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be much dust. I don't need to keep the mask on. But I want to show you guys something that's interesting when it comes to PCB design. I'm gonna show you guys this. If you ever look at a PCB, right, like a printed circuit board, you'll never find 90-degree turns. And there's a reason for that. And it's the science behind why you'll never see 90-degree turns. You notice how, like, you either get these squiggly circuits or you get, like, these 45-degree bends. Like, it's very rare that you'll find a true 90-degree turn. Like, even this one, even though it looks like a 90-degree, it's not. It has a 45-degree angle at it, on the corner of it. And here's something that it comes down to, basically like the theory in electronic design is the way electrons flow. You don't want them to have to flow at a 90-degree because that can cause like bounce back, and it can basically it inhibits the flow of the electrons at a straight 90-degree. Think about like when you're running, right? If you have to turn exactly 90 degrees versus like having to curve, it's more efficient in terms of flow. Or if water's flowing through a pipe, that's not really a good example because those 90 degrees aren't really 90 degrees. They're rounded, right? It's not like a straight square. But that's the reason why. That came to mind right now and I figured I'd tell you guys. But that's why in PCB design, there's never like true 90-degree turns. They're usually 45 off. Like everywhere you look, you're never going to really see, unless it's like, not, someone who's making something quick and dirty or what have you. But for PCB design, you do not want 90-degree turns, typically. Especially for like very sensitive data lines. especially for data lines. There's like a whole theory behind it, but it's pretty cool. I figured I'd share. Something I learned at my current job from one of the senior hardware architects, or more senior than I am. I mean, that's not his title, but he's more senior than me. He's been doing it longer than I have. Alright. Is that the chip I need to replace? Alright, so here's the HDMI port. Where would that chip be? Oh, here it is. 75 DP159. Wow. Okay, so it is a different chip on the Series S. Good to know. Okay, sweet. So I do have the component. Let's try swapping it and see what we get. Unfortunately, I did put this component down on another board, on a Xbox One X, and it wasn't the right chip for that console. So the two consoles call for different ICs, which makes sense, I guess, because one of them does 4K output and the other one doesn't. So this is a used chip, but it's a brand new used chip. Like fresh off the lot, only 100 miles on it, but technically it's not new, or 1,000 miles on it. It's the equivalency I can give. Alright, so let me zoom into this guy so you guys see what I'm talking about. Like, Jeff, what the heck are you talking about, Willis? So it's a TDP-159 made by Texas Instruments. Can't really see it. I got a little trick that I can show you guys involving black Sharpie. If you take black Sharpie and write on a part, and then you take some alcohol, which you would think this would be dumb because now you're gonna wipe it away. If you take alcohol after and wipe, look at that. Now you can see the letters. Fun trick that I figured out here in my own house. You take a black Sharpie, you write on it, and then you wipe off all that excess, it gets into the grooves. So now you can see the part number. So this is a TDP-159, like I mentioned. And here's the TDP-159 that I installed previously. I'm just checking for shorts, there's no shorts. But this is the component that I need to swap out, just like that. So let's swap it in and see what we get. Not even gonna probe the board or anything, I'm just gonna go straight for that and see what happens. Excuse me. Alright, so first things first, need flux activities. Do rag activity. Big back activity. Put a nice bead of flux all the way around this guy. Yo, this song is fire. Alright, and this is a good angle of approach too, because I'm blowing away from the HDMI ports, because those components have plastic in them at times, so I don't want to heat those up. Excuse me. Make sure I get the orientation right before I need to remove it. Alright, let's start applying hot air. Make sure you guys can see. Yes. Alright, good. Let's start applying hot air and see if we can get this component off. I know we can't, but it's just, you gotta just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You know, I could have flooded the pins in hindsight. Might need to do a second application of flux here. Alright. Increase temp. Yeah, let's get some more flux down. And that bottom ground plane takes so much heat in order to get it off, to get it liquidous. It's starting to give. There we go. Nice. Huh? Holy smokes. Ben! Wait. Did this just happen and I wasn't paying attention? Ben, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. Holy crap. W Ben. That's what's up. Dang. Funny enough, Ben, I'm gonna be cracking open your Xbox here in a little bit after this Xbox. Your original OG Xbox. Holy moly, man. Thank you. Dang, Ben with the gifted subs. He's starting the hype train. Big Ben. Parliament, that's right. He's coming through. Thank you, Ben. Okay, so we got this IC off the board. The one I suspect is bad. And a little bit here. Let me clean this off. Clean off the old flux. Apply new solder. Leaded solder. I can't believe I missed that announcement. I'm like looking up. I mean, that is kind of cool. Feels like that one. What is that one song? I woke up in a new Bugatti. It's like you wake up and you just see 5 gifted subs from the homie. That's crazy. And you're welcome, man. Of course. Anywhere I can help. About you, my man. I believe in what you are doing. Don't always understand it, but thank you. Thank you, man. People like you help me keep going. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when it feels like, yo, why am I doing this to myself? There's so much stress. So much extraness. But I'm like, you know what? What else would I be doing with myself? Thank you, Ben. Big Ben in the building. Alright, let's clean out that flux. Alright, let's get some. You really sad I woke up in a new Bugatti. Yeah, I said it. It's the little things in life. It's like a gifted sub Bugatti. He's starting a little hype train. Alright, let's see. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to add some more flux. And I'm going to just run over all these solder joints with leaded solder. So that way it'll make it easier to put the new component down. And that way I don't have to fight the thermal mass as much. I mean, I can only imagine that's what it feels like to wake up in a new Bugatti. It's getting like, it's the equivalent of getting 5 gifted subs from a supporter. They have to be the same, right? They're not that different. Try Savon. Hey Savon. Try Northridge Fix new flux and review. Oh, he dropped like his own flux, or is he drop shipping? I'm pretty sure Alex drop ships, right? Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of flux in the center there. Darn. Or a lot of solder in that ground plane. Let's see if I can remove some. Alright, I think new vid on Flex. Oh, you're like Savon, you dropped the vid? Like you made the video, or did he make the video? Just trying to understand, sorry. Amtech is done? Oh snap. Oh snap, that's bold claim. Oh snap. Again, thanks Ben. Juan said, I know what that's like. Or someone, I woke up next to a Bugatti. It was a pullback toy to my son left on the floor next to my bed. Hey, a Bugatti's a Bugatti. Game is game. Hey, have you thought about maybe doing like a Wolf Cub pack? Maybe in the future, you know? That is something I have been looking, you know what? Here, let me switch the camera. That is something I have been looking into, Ben. I've been talking with like a few non-profit organizations, like local to Brevard. One of them is Brevard Prevention Coalition, and they have a sub non-profit called I Choose Me. But at the end of that statement, they replace it with something. So they have different subcategories of their nonprofit. So they have I choose music, I choose sports, I choose other topics, and it's just their way of like, you know, getting kids to not, you know, go to like drugs or something else. So I'm trying to get them to do one that says I choose STEM, and that'd be cool to try to start that kind of thing, like a Wolf Cub pack, and try to get younger people into STEM, into electronic repair. So that's one of the ways I've been brainstorming on how to do that, and I have been in the talks with the executive director of that coalition. The other thing is, and they've worked with other YouTubers, which is cool. Like, I don't know if you guys watch the basketball YouTuber Professor Pro. He's like he was in the NBA or ex-NBA or just didn't make it or something, but he does a lot of YouTube videos where he dresses up as like Bugs Bunny, Spider-Man, and plays basketball with people. He'll dress up as like an old man and nerd for content. Well, he worked with this coalition in the past, so I'm looking forward to hopefully working with them. Northridge Fish just rebrands and marks it up. That's, from what I've seen online, that's what I've seen. Like, it seems like he gets stuff, and I'm not trying to diss him. Like, your hustle's your hustle. You know, do what you gotta do, but like drop shipping, everybody does it. So he's from N1, the professor he's called. Yeah, he's from N1. That's what it was from. He's from N1, not the NBA, but N1. It's synthetic resin, not rosin. Man, Savant, I want to see what this thing is, man. Shoot, now you got me. Now I'm like curious. What is this? Let me queue up the Northridge Fix video. New flux, a game changer. This will change the way you solder. Okay. Northridge NF.flux breaking records. All questions answered. Okay, so he seems to have a new flux. He's not selling it yet, I guess? Hold on one second. I'm gonna just queue up the video.
Imagine being able to build it.
Here, I'll share my screen. So here's the description of the flux. Let me see if it takes me to it. Premium flux, heat resistant, RoHS compliant, J standard compliant. NF.flux is the newest and most exciting product to hit our store to celebrate, and as promised in the YouTube video shown below, we're giving you an exclusive 20% discount until August 25th After that, the price returns to normal and this message disappears. Even better, you can stack our quantity discounts on top of the 20%. Maybe I should buy this in bulk, which sucks because I just bought that other stuff in bulk. Wait, how many cc's is each tube? Cleans and removes. Yeah, protects against re. Is it not no clean? I'm guessing. Hold on, let's see. Flux. Here, let me highlight it so that way you guys can follow along. And precision soldering, engineered for professionals or new flux. It's a game changer for this. Unlike traditional rosin flux such as Amtech, this resin-based flux can withstand higher heat without breaking down, burning, or wrap. It also produces less smoke and odor, creating a cleaner and safer workspace. It works, meaning it's free from hazardous substances restricted in electronics manufacturing. It meets the J standard 004B. Consistent performance reliability under strict industries. Consistent results. Oh, it's 10 cc. Okay. Alright. He's got his video embedded. Okay, let's see. If I wanted to get 5, what are we looking at? 67? 118. God, this sucks because I just bought so much of that other flux. Alright. Well, good to know. I'm gonna see if I can do a return of that, all that flux. It's so clean, easy, so easy to clean, not sticky. He does demo vid. Sorry, no, you're good. Come on, Jeff, don't get that confused. And 1 and NBA Different Worlds, even though I miss and 1 when they were popping. I had the and 1 sneakers and Professor. Wow, that brought back memories. Yeah, I remember Hot Sauce. What was the other one? Hot Sauce. Hey, Crashin', welcome to the pack. Do a flip. This guy. Oh, yeah, I got you, Vixena. One second. Sorry. Let me reply to your message. This man said do a flip. Who does he think he is? Get out of here. You lucky I know you, for real. Isopropyl to clean. Okay. But it isn't a no clean flux. That's the thing. So you have to make sure you clean very well, which is no big deal. You should be doing that anyway. Dang. I gotta see about returning that flux now. Now I'm like, darn it. Let me see. What's their return policy? So it got delivered to my place August 8th. Here, let me send out a message. This is security protocol chair over there. Yeah, the WWE chairs. And you're right, I do have herniated discs. I have to be very careful. I can't be flipping around. I could flip out. No, I don't really do that. Nothing really gets me that triggered like that these days. Flip the F out like Fendi. But appreciate you stopping by, Vixena. It's your first time chatting. Alright. I just want to send out this email. Or flip this off. That's funny. Yeah, I'll watch the demo video offline. I don't think I'm going to watch it on stream. That'd be cool to like watch it and react to it, but I'm not really a reactor. Because I don't have like... It's hard for me to just react like that. Sincerely. Yeah, it's cool that he's running a special. I'll be sure to like put an order in, at least for some of it, because I want to test it out. Alright. Alright, let's get back to it. This man just said do a flip. Yo, this guy, bro. This guy's funny. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Alright, so last thing we did is we removed the retimer chip and we prepped the area. Alright, nice. I want to be one big man. That's funny. Wait, is it still in frame? Yes. Alright, cool. Alright, so we see our polarity mark is top right. Well, kind of top because this is at a diagonal. Alright, I lost all my heat. It's okay though. Heat back up quite nicely. Let me add some more flux. Hopefully, now I'm hyped for this new flux actually. And I really hope I can process this return with Inventec. No, I had it. My hand accidentally hit it. Alright, let's see how that does. Said that's tough before. He said, for your 300th sub special, you should play Sweet Child of Mine on the guitar with those gloves on. Bruh, I guess you don't want to hear that song then. Is that like not your favorite song then? He said, always with the sweet tunes. So Alex, my son, just got into the gifted program. His teacher is into engineering, so she's going to have her husband and her son come to the school to give them some kind of chat and do some fun stuff with them. See, that's cool. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. Uh-oh, we're a little skewed. Darn, I should have zoomed in earlier. Yeah, we're a little skewed. Let me hurry up before I lose all my heat. Don't tell me it's raining outside. You gotta be kidding me, man. If I lose power, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna probably, I'll flip out if that happens. Guys, maybe today's repairs weren't meant to be because it is raining quite intensely. I can hear it. Every time, bro. Yeah, I'm about to move. I'm getting out of Florida. Yeah, I got you, man. You might have a future engineer. Hey, we can always use some good engineers. Wrong fit, not me. I just heard lightning. Come on, please. May the stream, the powers that be. Please. Please. I don't want to lose power, man. The stream's going so well. Alright. Now the placement of that is nice and crispy, if I do say so myself. But let's double check it as always. Because this PCB is so large, I'm gonna have to check it off the workbench, so I'm gonna have to overhang it. Kind of use my leg to support it. Let's see, can we get in good angle? Is that the component? There it is. It's gonna be a little shaky and hard to track at times because this is just being supported by my leg, but I'm gonna do my best. It's the one thing about your focal range. You know what? Maybe I'll just solder it and then I can just show you guys because it's gonna be difficult to try to like solder and make sure it's in frame and all that good stuff. Yeah, let me do that. So here, I'm gonna solder it first, and then I'm going to we'll do an inspection through the microscope. Ooh. Curious about this Northridge fix flux. Very curious. If it's the true final boss of flux. I'm gonna be honest with you guys now and just say this now. If I lose power, I don't know if I'll stream again. No, I said I wouldn't let that stop me last time. I'm gonna stream again. It's just, this video is gonna be nice and fragmented. Or this stream is gonna be fragmented. I told myself next time I lose power, if I get it back, I'm just gonna start streaming again. Not gonna let that stop me. And then I need to start looking into like a generator of some sorts. But that can only sustain for so long. Or you know what? If the power goes out, I might just go grab food and then come back. It'll be like a abrupt intermission. Oh snap. We got a new first time viewer. Said, hi, do you have any books recommendations for someone wanting to start? Completely beginner. That is a great questiones. Let me see what I can muster up for you. If I was wanting to learn soldering in modern times, well, let me give you the wave because it's your first time commenting. Appreciate you being here. Fix it. I will, Gene, for you, for my ancestor. Makes it sound like an anime. He just yells out, fix it. That's funny. So Bosscans, if you wanted to get into soldering, okay. So in terms of books, there aren't really books that will teach you. I mean, more into electronics. Okay, fair. So I have an old textbook that I have. English isn't that good? No, your English is fine. I thought you were referring to more like the soldering aspect of things, because that's just practicing. It's like playing basketball. You can read it all day, but until you start playing, that's when you really learn the game intuitively. And it's the same thing with soldering, like how solder flows, how flux interacts, how things heat up, things of that nature. In terms of electronics, just an intro to electronics book. The one thing that you need to start with and know as your foundation for everything is Ohm's law. I'll put it in Ohm's law. That's what you need to know first and foremost. And you know what? Let me screen share with you guys. All right, so Ohm's law. If the lightning doesn't take out my stinking power. So Ohm's law is a very simple algebraic equation that tells us the correlation between resistance, voltage, and current. And those are the three things that make up electronics in their base form. Like, that's the building blocks of all electronics. So think of voltage as like, and a lot of times with electronics you can correlate it with like plumbing. Excuse me. So think of voltage as like how big your tank is of water, right? So how many electrons do you have in your tank? Do you have 1 gallon, 5 gallon? It's kind of the same thing. It's your volume of electrons. That's voltage. V, volume, voltage. And V is the letter for voltage. And then current, which is represented by the letter I, is how fast that water is flowing. So think of pressure, PSI. I, like pressure, pounds per square inch. That I, think of current. And then resistance is just like the restriction, right? It's resisting the flow of those electrons or water in this analogy. I think if you wanted to start, definitely start looking into YouTube videos and things of that nature when it comes to Ohm's law. Other than that, one book that I refer back to is just my the book I learned this stuff when I was when I was still in high school. Holy crap, I'm old. So back in like 2013, 2012, when I was learning this stuff, when I was dual enrolling, I still have my textbook, my Intro to Electronics textbook somewhere. Forgot where I put it. But that would be a good place to start. It's a very, like any cheap textbook that you can find, because let's be honest, the building blocks of electronics hasn't changed much. So if you can go on eBay or something and find a cheap Intro to Electronics textbook, I would highly recommend that, because not only are you going to get the knowledge, but they'll also have like practice problems. Because there's a lot of math involved to figure out like circuits, voltage dividers, the correlation. Like I said, it's an algebraic equation, so you can use math to kind of figure out missing pieces, you know, and it's good to learn that and get the practice in, get the reps in. It's no different. Like electronics is one of those things where you just got to get the reps in, man. Like it's very much so get the reps in, both with soldering and piece of dust flew up on my shoulder from when I was using my air compressor. You just got to get the reps in. So here, I'm gonna see if I can find something. Intro to electronics, and it's an old textbook. Let me see, textbook. My book has like some old stinking like light bulb on it. It's like purple. Let me see. That'd be crazy if I can find it by just searching this stuff. It's probably made by the same people, just a different revision. Light bulb on it. Sorry for this tangent, but I'm now like invested. I'm sorry. If I find the book, actually, I got something I can tell you that probably help you. So boss scans, I think so too, especially as like we're transitioning. I don't know. I think there's gonna be a weird shift between blue collar and white collar work coming up soon. That's what I was gonna say. I'll post the book in my Discord. So, hey, boss scans, if you're watching me on Twitch, which is good, in my about section there should be a link to my community Discord. If you join that, and just comment, then I'll have your Discord information, and then I can send you the picture of my old textbook. I think that's one way that'll be pretty easy for me to get that information to you. And then from there, you can look up either something similar. It's probably super cheap now. That book is over a decade old. I'm learning programming and would like to learn also a little bit of electronics, maybe to mess around with Arduino someday. Yeah, that's good too. One thing I did for like one of my intro to engineering projects was I programmed an Arduino using LabVIEW, which is like the sign language of programming languages. That's what I call it. Using LabVIEW to control servo motors. So that was cool. Great, gonna give a look on the other channels. Nice. So yeah, man. Hope I could help you out there, boss scans. Onward. But yeah, if you're interested, just get a hold of me on Discord. If you join my server, you'll see that I'm online. And then my tag is Wolf, WVLF. If you're interested in getting a picture of that particular textbook. Alright, now that we have... What time is it? Dang, it's already 1:20. Okay. Alright, so now that we have... Wait, don't tell me those connections didn't get made. That's crazy. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little shaky. I gotta try to get the component in frame. Sorry, 1 second. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend, of course. And feel free to stop by whenever. I'm always working on something whenever I'm live. Hope I was helpful. Not caught any of your stream for a while. Yeah, JFix, where you been? How dare you, man? How dare you not watch my stream every time I'm live? How dare you? How dare you have a life and have other responsibilities and things to do? How dare you? Nice to have you here, man. Who do you think you are, having a life and dreams and aspirations and other things to do with yourself? How dare you? Alright, Alright, let's clean it up and then we're gonna inspect it. Yeah, I blame on time zone. Yeah, you're right. That time zone difference is significant. But nah, there's no pressure to have to stop by whatsoever. You already know I'm a very low friction individual. I do not like friction. Love what you do though. Thank you, man. Still can't believe you popped in one day and just saw me in that whole Discord server. I think that's so cool. Seeing like Total Tech Merc in there, and like I used to watch his videos back in the, well, he kind of only started streaming fairly recently, I think. But it's just cool to have him and like see him in there. Same thing with Computer Booter, like some of the long timers. What the heck, man? This board being this size does make it a little difficult to know exactly if I'm soldering, if I'm making good connections. Not gonna lie. Oh boy, I'm hearing more thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Alright, so what we're doing, I installed this retimer IC, but now I'm just trying to make sure I have good solder connections before I reassemble and test. Jesus pouring, I'll be there in a few minutes. Wait, not to get for it to slow down at least a little. Yeah, gotcha. This Granny helps everyone as well. We got a face reveal on his last live stream? What? What? I'm curious what he looks like. He probably looks like the grandpa I wish I always had. That's what in my head, right? Because you hear him and he talks so smooth. And he's very chill. He just seems like a very cool grandfather. Like, he's like the godfather of electronics in our current generation. I'm gonna see if I can reflow this component and kind of push down on it. So that way. Alright. Oh yeah, I will. I'm curious to see what he looks like. So I'll have to check that out for sure. clean this off again, and then we're going to inspect. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness, it's Giberino. Happy Saturday, man. Appreciate you stopping in. We have an Xbox One S on the table, the workbench today, that I suspected had an HDMI retimer chip issue because of the symptoms I was seeing. Not from any measurement taking, but just from the symptoms. Alright. After this, I want to reassemble and get to testing, because I want to know nice, those two sides look good. Looks good. Alright, let me see about showing you guys what I'm seeing. Alright, let me zoom out. Let's get this. Alright, so there's the chip. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so shaky. Zoom in. Let's get this closer. So those joints look good. These joints look good. Alright, let me spin the board around. Looks good. Looks good. Alright, all four sides looking good. Let's go ahead and reassemble and test. You know what? Let me just do the thermal paste now, just in case everything works out. I have to circle back and do that. You have to manually focus that camera. No, I mean, kind of. It's because I'm off screen, I'm off the workbench, so the surface is constantly changing, right? And that's what's causing it. But the camera follows the microscope. So if I move the microscope, if I zoom it in or out, the camera just follows. So I'm one of those people that prefers the depth, having depth perception with binoculars. And this is a trinocular microscope, so that extra opening is for the camera. Nice. Nice. Wish I could try a trinocular microscope before investing the money. We don't have a shop or something that have any we could try. Yeah. I know it's a big investment, and even if, like, you know, the place you buy from lets you return it, it's a lot. It's a lot of pieces and things to deal with. I just have an Amscope one. Amscope's a pretty solid company. One of their arms is a little bad, but for the most part, it's workable. Alright, let me get thermal compound. Damn, shout out to Ben again, man. 5 gifted. Jeez. Appreciate it. Alright. That's a solid bead of thermal compound. Phone check. Oh no, my package got delivered, but it's probably getting rained on. No, there's TMR Hall effect sticks in there. No. Oh, shout out to the Amazon guy. He threw it so that it wouldn't get rained on. Nice, good guy. Good guy, Amazon guy. I don't know who you are, but you're the real one. He put it in a spot in my front section where it wouldn't get rained on. I always like when they do stuff like that. They don't get enough credit sometimes. Alright, so let's get the fan assembly. I don't have great binocular vision, so I'm not sure I could get on with it even if I buy a really high quality one. Oh, okay. Really? So, like, depth perception maybe a little... Is that tough for you with your vision? Because I'm like... Me, I don't mind the digital scopes. I can't... I have a very difficult time adjusting to them. Because you lose that depth perception when you're only working off one lens. And I think nowadays they make like hybrids, so like it's digital or whatever, but interesting. And get the X clamp ready. He's back! Spec 360 is back. Welcome back. Told you I'll be here when you get back. I told you. I told you. Now, thankfully the weather, because it's pretty inclement right now, didn't make me a liar, so I appreciate that too. Said you should make a few more videos on your channel, bringing more subscribers. I don't think YouTube pushes live stream videos in the search engine. Not enough people finding your channel. You're absolutely, positively, without a doubt, 1000% correct, JFix. But just the thought of editing nerfs me. Like it makes me like I just don't want to. It makes my brain procrastinate, and I'm just being honest. Like if I could find an editor, oh my gosh, that'd be perfect. You know what? I really need to spend the time to look into like some of these AI editors, even if it's like not the best, just something. And like just, or maybe I do it myself and just try to find a way to edit the videos where it's like more focused, like, you know, cut out the talking a lot of times, just take clips from my stream and just cut it up where it's like, okay, this is this repair, for example, this Xbox One, and I replace this chip, and show me flowing it, taking it off, flowing it back on, putting it on, things like that. I know that would do so well. I just gotta do it. Yeah, even using any interesting content from the streams into videos. Yes. That would be a game changer. I know like my videos would get pushed. Like, or at least I hope. Let me not be overconfident, but you know what I mean? Okay. Nice. Catchy thumbnail. Yep. For the quality of your streams, you should have a lot more people watching. Yeah. Currently, I'm like a diamond in the rough mode, I guess. You're right, and I appreciate that. You know what? I need to stop dragging my feet on that. Because if I really want to do this all the time, I gotta show people. I wish I knew somebody who like edited videos. Honestly, it would even get to the point soon where I would pay somebody to do it. Because that's how important it is for the growth of the channel and the brand. Yeah, this bit is done. It's toast. Let me go see if I can grab another one. I think I'm at the right place. Alright, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go meet with... Put the BRB overlay on, and I shall return. Alright, we are back. Bing, 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 bing. Alright, we are back. We are back. Oh yeah, I gotta get another T8 bit, because this T8 is donezo. Alright, we got our T8 back. Let's go over to the overhead cam. Man, fresh T8. It's a world of difference. I mean, a bit going bad after 2 years isn't the worst. I don't think I'm using crazy torque. He said also YouTube pays once you get monetized. All your streaming, you're getting a little something back as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think for my videos, you have to hit, to get monetized, you need 500 subscribers, which I'm at like 260 right now, so I'm halfway to that milestone. And then you need like 3,000 watch hours, which I'm only at like a sixth of it. So I think I have 500, so. Oh, the finish is. Alright, so the fan is installed. Let's get the power supply in and the hard drive. And we can start testing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting monetized on YouTube. I think that'd be cool. I just don't post enough videos. That's the one thing. The live streaming is good and all, but yeah, I need videos. Even if it's just, you know, like we mentioned, just cuts from the live stream. Just like bite-sized the live streams. Because that's what a lot of YouTubers do, honestly. It's a good method. You already have the content, you just gotta edit it. And that's why I wanted my stream quality to be at a certain level, so that way any videos I make from the stream are going to be high quality too, right? Because if your stream quality is high, then your video quality is automatically at that level. Excuse me, and it can only kind of go up from there. I mean, I really shouldn't be like fully reassembling this thing, but why not? I'm confident in my feeling. Will I regret this decision? Find out in the next exciting episode of Wolfpack Electronics. Holy moly, what in the world? Right, Chatfix needs 3 more subs to make his wife donate Roach console. Nothing like the spit content I provide. Oh jeez. Hey Dave, good to see you. You came in swinging at yourself. No, don't do that. Alright. I'm a little confused. Does it go like this? I should have been paying more attention to how this thing goes in. I'm assuming it'd be like this. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Probably, but I don't know what's gonna happen today. I should have been paying attention. Make his wife clean. How does this interact with this? Was not paying attention when I took this, when I removed this piece. Should have been paying more attention. Not go like this or something? Alright, fine. I just got copyright striked? Oh no. Can we get him there? Sure. Wait, how'd you get copyright strikes? Was it music? It's usually how it happens. So I just stick to copyright-free music a lot of times because I just don't even want to deal with it. Was, but not sure how that happened. Search for copyright-free music. Gotcha. Yeah, Stream Beats is the one I use. By he's a YouTuber that makes all the music for other content creators. He makes a lot of videos on like how to go about streaming and whatnot. Good stuff. Ooh, I missed it. Wait, what'd you miss? Honestly, I don't need this to test it. So let me go ahead and run a test. Oh my goodness, that's how it goes this whole time. Oh, I get it. It's just a caddy for the stinking disk drive, but there's no disk drive on this guy. Okay, problem solved. Let's get our board in, our power board, so we can press the power button. And we're gonna run a test. Everything needed is installed. I've been in here taking notes. Oh snap! Look at Matt. Appreciate you chatting for the first time, man. Yeah, relax and take notes. Here, I have emotes on the Twitch side. I'll put it over. It's the taking notes emote. Alright, let's go on over to the test bench and run a quick test. Let's see if replacing that retimer chip did the trick. We have a fan spin. Okay, the fan decided to start spinning on its own. That's normal. Wait, where's the power button? It's on the right side, right? So I'm thinking it's this guy. Let's see what we get. Will we get an HDMI output? So far, no HDMI output. So I swapped out that chip, the retimer chip, nothing. Okay, interesting. If swapping out the retimer chip didn't do it, then I guess I'll need to search if there's anything else in the circuits. The port looked fine though. Okay, we'll have to take a peek. Sometimes these guys are a little awkward. Alright. Another thing is that chip is used. Alright, let's go back to the workbench. Let's see. Let's go back over to the overhead. See if all of the connections on that IC are good. I'm gonna double check that because sometimes that happens with these QFN components. If you don't get it just right. Let's see, been at it 2.5. Might have to take an intermission to go get some food. actually pull out the multimeter. Alright, I'm gonna pull out my multimeter, take some measurements, see what I can see. But on first attempt, we're still not getting HDMI output. Okay, let's see if we got any shorts. This should be ground. Okay, so I think I found one connection that isn't being made. Yeah. Okay, so we have one pin that wasn't soldered down properly. 2 pins that weren't soldered down properly. You know what, next time, I think I'm gonna run this test before I reassemble. Okay, 3 pins. Okay, so I found 3 pins that were not making a good connection. So let's go back and try to touch them up with some solder. Thankfully, I don't need to take off the whole, excuse me, fan to do this because I won't be needing hot air. I'll be doing this with my iron. And let me switch over to microscope view and I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's the chip that we just worked on, right? I have my red lead on ground and I should be getting beeps as I go through, especially if a connection is good. Hold on one second, I want to get this more in frame. Need to go the other way. Good. Okay. Good. 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 Not good. Notice how I don't get a beep when I touch the pad, but if I go on the lead on the component, I get a beep. So that lets me know that that connection's not being made to here, which it should be. Same thing with this pin right here. If I'm touching here, I don't get a beep. I'm in diode mode, by the way, on my multimeter. No beep, but if I touch the lead on the component, which is right up against it, I do get that beep. So there's this one right here. So pin 3 and 7 that I need to touch up. So let's do that. Get some flux on there. Pin 3 and 7 need to be touched up. Six, 7. Alright, now let's see. Maybe that's expected. Oh, wait, why is it open there? What if I touch the lead? It's not. Alright, so this one improved. Okay, so I still need to touch it up. So pin 7 is now making a connection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we get that beep. Pin 3 is still not getting that beep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me add some solder. Defense is crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Slag. Alright, let's see if pin 3 is now making a connection. It should now. I added some more solder. 1, 2. Yes. Nice. Alright, so those connections are established now. You know what, let me just run through all of them because I did touch up there, so let me just make sure. Nice. Alright, and there was one more pin that needed to be touched up on this side. So let's do that. Kind of same thing, I'm going to buzz around in diode mode, even though I did this earlier. I don't know the exact number, but I know there's one on this side, so same thing. Good, 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 not good. So this pin right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from the left. Let's do it. Alright, let's see if all of our pins are connected now. Red on ground. Good. Still not good. Man, you swear you add so much solder, but it's just, it has to make that connection. If the connection's not there, it's not there. It's that simple. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, connections are made, and I checked the other sides when I first pulled out my multimeter. So let's clean this up, and then we're going to retest. Nice. You know what? Let me. I was supposed to do that earlier, but I forgot. My bad, guys. I'll be right back. Just gonna grab some. Make sure I charge this. Alright, back. Alright, got this guy charging. I'm running out of real estate. Need to find a. You know what? You can rest up here. Blocking it. Good. Okay. Alright. We touched up some bad solder joints, or some no connection solder joints. Now let's go ahead, reassemble, test. I'm glad I didn't have to reapply thermal compound. Don't say nothing to me, boy. Damn, this boy been grinding, attacking. He's about to be nasty. It's gonna be sad if he's doing all this grinding and I still beat him. Round 2. Fight. Alright. Power button. Let's migrate over back to the test stand. See what we got. Or what we get. What we got and what we get. Power button. Will we get HDMI image? Will it happen? Let's see. Not seeing any image on screen. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Is it worth it? That's another one too. IC is soldered down properly. I didn't see any shorts to ground unless expected. So failure somewhere else in the circuit. Alright. Getting very hungry, and I hate to end on a sour note because this thing is not fixed yet. Notice how I said yet. So, but I'm starving. I'm extremely hungry. Again, shout out to Ben with the 5 gifted. Next thing I'll be working on is his Xbox. Take a crack. I think all it needed was a drive belt for the Xbox, like for the disk drive. Those belts get worn out. Darn, man, that sucks. I hate when there's a no-fix situation. At least for the stream. I'm not gonna deem this console a no-fix just yet. I don't think we're at that point. But yeah, alright everybody. I'm going to take a break. If I don't stream tonight, I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow, which I don't normally stream on Sundays, but like I said, I need to start powering through the log of back. Excuse me. Excuse me. Other than that, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in for this live stream. We're growing, slowly but surely we're growing. It's been fun. I always appreciate when you guys stop by the stream. So just a little quick recap, we were working on an Xbox One S, all digital edition. It powered on, it seemed to power on 100%, but we weren't getting any display to the TV. Hard drive, I doubt it. And usually when you see that, it's typically the HDMI retimer chip. That's like the most common thing to look for, or to just attempt at this point, because the percentile of that being the problem is very high, so you might as well just do it. But I will say I was using a chip that I put down. It was brand new, but I put it down on a different PCB and took it off. So I wonder if the chip is fatigued, you know, because those chips can only take so many heat cycles. All of the pins were soldered down. I double checked that with my multimeter. There were 3 pins that weren't soldered down that I touched up and got soldered down. So at this point, I'm gonna have to dig into it a little bit more, see if there's any shorts on the board or anything weird, but we'll take care of that at another time. But basically, as always, I just want to say thank you guys, greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Big Ben for the 5 gifted subs earlier in the stream. I think that's really cool, and I greatly appreciate it. But until next time, y'all, peace.